Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're talking to Steven. Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, please hit the subscribe button, get that bell notification on so you don't miss out on the next episode of Brockton County, an Ontario themed city. And make sure to hit the like button. The like button helps the channel a lot. We're on a bit of a first-person view from the driver of one of our new trams. Last episode, we spent almost an hour configuring tram networks throughout the city, which was a big endeavor, and I'm really happy we did it. Lots of Ontario cities have tram networks or tram-like networks. Ottawa, Toronto, Waterloo, Kitchener. Anyways, trams are awesome. I love trams. I think they're a great use of are a great transit use. And so today's episode we got a bit of this same kind of plan. We're going to be looking at some transit fixes, but I also really want to look at getting some key features in the downtown, like unique buildings, parks, plazas, so we can kind of look at how the downtown's going to develop over the next week or so, because I'm not just going to click on the top left corner, and then drag to the bottom right corner. I'm going to, and all residential, whatever, I'm going to be really picky with it, and I want to build the best downtown I possibly can. And by doing that, we're going to have to spend a lot of time kind of planning out how we're going to add unique buildings, add key features into the city that's going to really make the city come to life rather than just being a simple zoned world of industrial, office, commercial, and residential, and maybe like a green park here and there. But I'm also just stalling for time because I really like this view. I think the tram networks we built last episode really worked out well. Right now we're at Thornton Park, which is a bit of a mini transit hub per se, and it will change over time once we look at getting rid of the bus lines. And if you're wondering about last episode and how we weren't deleting any of the bus lines, I wanted a bit of overlap for Sims to kind of figure it out for a little while first. And it seems like people are really using the tram networks. We have a pretty big issue with a lot of people using the tram network by the train station. So next episode is our weekly Friday traffic fix. It's going to be a transit fix. So in a way, it's also a traffic fix. So that is what we will be doing next episode. So you know what? I think we've been here long enough. Gonna slide out. This is where we were. We're just about to cross High Street, going on to Cooper or Cedric. Why do I keep calling it Cooper? Swing down through here. And anyways, I just really love how the city has turned out. I think so far it has been a pleasure to play. But let me show you what's been going on. So we're looking at the yellow tram line right here. Why don't we just follow this one for a second? Which, by the way, I think it turned out pretty nicely how we managed to do this. So following the yellow one along, I added more trams on it because you will see, unless I fix the issue, and I've also added a bit of another turnaround. Yeah, here on the left hand side there's literally a million people. So I also added this loop around here on this side too. So we are also backing up traffic, so that is something we're gonna have to look at in the next episode, because this stop should probably be somewhere else. But anyways, perhaps we can just kind of mimic this on this side. We'll see. So let's look at getting some unique buildings in. Let's take a quick peek at how our unemployment is. So it's 5%. So we really need to get some more residential in this city, so we can start looking at perhaps adding in some more factories. And we added some residential in over here, and I think we have an opportunity to just zone in a bit more if we are careful. So we'll start off with this, and then just so the city can continue to grow while we are doing other things. So I'm just going to use this line right here. I'm going to connect up. Actually, let's redo this. I'm not actually going to keep this connection. This is more for making sure that I connect up in a method I want. I'm going to actually just hold Alt down, readjust this. Okay. Swing down through here. let's just hold control down then. There we go. So we got that in place, and this is just going to allow us to zone in a few more. I'm actually just going to take the zoning off this road here. And actually we can readjust some of the things here then. We can get something there. We can do this. Oops. It's actually just deleting. Okay, looks like we missed a spot here. All right. I think I'll just get some condos there too. So let's fill this in. And we'll let the zoning come alive. Actually, let's just continue this disassociation of zoning here. We'll get rid of the zoning there, and this will allow us to kind of keep stuff on this side. And then what we can do is we can just mimic this. I'm just going to drag it across. Actually, this is perfectly lined up. And then we'll connect up like so. Move it here. Gonna hold Alt down. It's just gonna line us up. I'm gonna wait till the green arrow, green line, connects onto Murray Street there. All right. Then I'm actually just going to delete this little bit, and I'm just going to cul-de-sac this road. And now, oh, look at this. We're gonna have to redo that. Okay, perfect. And then now we can get some zoning in here. Do that. It's not gonna zone there. Get some condos right in there. All right, just let that come in, and let's look at adding in some unique buildings. So there's a couple unique buildings that I really want to get. So the City Hall is a pretty obvious one for Queen's Park or King's Park. But I think we have some other buildings that we definitely add in as well. So City Hall only costs $400 a week, which is something that I like. But there's a couple other ones. I think we could definitely add in some of these parks as well. Parks and plazas. The clock tower could be really good here as well. But the courthouse could be cool. It's pretty expensive though. And I don't know if this is exactly the size of building I would like here. I'm looking for one, yeah, here it is. The Oppression Office. I think this one could be pretty neat to have. It does cost a lot of money, but it has 50 entertainment, which is pretty good. And I think it looks like a provincial building, not just like a city hall. Yeah, I don't know if there's, I mean, the Grand Library could be pretty cool as well. But that does take up a majority of that. Entertainment's 150. That's really good. We also got the church that we could throw in. This is from our last city build, but I think it could also work in this situation too. But I think the Oppression Office is probably the best option. We could also add like the Theater of Wonders. The Modern Art Museum could be really cool. But I think I'm just gonna take a quick peek through some of these other ones just to make sure I'm not gonna pass on something that I really actually wanted. Yeah, the Oppression Office is the one we're gonna go with. Yeah. Okay, so I think I just want to make sure I center this properly. So I'm gonna have to use Move It here to center it. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, very cool. Alrighty, so now that we have that in place, I'm thinking, well, we could get like a huge park in here, but I'm thinking this would be the only thing in here, but I think there's a couple other interesting options we could throw in here. Something that I did in a previous build that a lot of people thought was really interesting was use these faculty buildings. Faculty? to attach on to the city hall. And let's just build one right now. So what they do is they'll actually count towards university. So I'm just going to throw this down here. So with the way the parking lot is, I'm going to move it over onto this side. And what you can do is you can kind of clip them in. So it doesn't really work in this sense, but we might have to call a mulligan on this. But sometimes you can clip them in to some buildings, and they look like modern extensions. So it doesn't really work on this building. So we're going to call a mulligan. And there's another option I have is to recess this back, which might actually be a good idea. So I believe they're in real life, it's actually on this little road here, the government building. But I think if I recess it back, I think it could be a pretty cool little option we have. So I think what I'll do is I'll go to these 1-unit roads. And I'm just going to go like this. I don't think that's centered, actually. Let's pause the game. Actually, let's just redraw this in. So I'm just going to continue to use this road. Just connect in perfectly straight like that. And then now I know the distance. So this was 200. Okay, now I can use the bulldozer tool. All right, let's just flip this around. And then I can also use this to line it up straight. Okay, now I'm not set on these trees. I think maybe the grass one could be nicer. Yeah, okay, now I'm gonna grab all these, and I'm just going to scooch it back. Okay, perfect. Just make sure we're all on the same page here. Yep. Okay, very cool. And now let's look at getting in a couple other cool things in this section. So let's get a golf course in here. What was I looking at? No, it was in this section. No, not there. I forget where it is. Panda Sanctuary, no. I wonder if I have it unlocked. I might not. So, ooh, this could be a really cool option as well. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Actually, I'm just gonna recess that back a bit later. Friendly neighborhood park, how lovely. Disaster memorial could be pretty cool too. The clock tower is something I would like to get. But it's gonna really obstruct the view here. I think maybe this should go down by the train station. Yeah, this could be pretty cool. Like, it could be like a part of the older train station. But I wonder how much tourism this is gonna get. I mean, it would look really nice here, wouldn't it? But it being off of a main road might cause some issues. Well, at least help make it look a bit more grand too, right? Because we were kind of struggling with that. Like, it doesn't look that like important, this train station. So this, by doing this, it kind of increases that look. Yeah, pretty cool. All right. So let's go back to our unique buildings. I just don't want to spoil it. Lungs of the City. That actually could be a pretty cool one. But yeah, I don't think so. Grand Library. Yeah, I gotta unlock some of these. Ah, there it is, Central Park. Oh man, it's massive. Okay. Well, that was a big waste of time. But, oh man, that would have been so nice to be able to fit in here. I mean, we could put it right behind, but then we're gonna destroy our main arterial road here. We could throw it right in here, but that's where we're gonna get the tram line in. Maybe Central Park is not something we get. 2,000 a week? Holy cow. Okay, good thing we didn't throw it in. So let's look at adding in some other cool assets. The television station, I think, is a great one that everyone should add into their cities because it's really cool. It only costs $400 a week. Has a great entertainment score, and it fits in like most grids too, like really simply as well. So I'm thinking this is again a bit more of an older industrial area. So I'm gonna throw this right here. Yeah, look at that. It fits right in there perfectly. All right, and then right in here, because we have some space, what we can do is we can, you can add some more parking in here, which I think would probably be what would happen. But I wonder if our little asset fits. It does. Okay, perfect. So we'll throw this right in here, like so. Yeah, we'll just do this. I don't think we'll be able to squeeze in a third, but if we use move it properly, we'll be able to squeeze these together. And actually, if we select them both, since I think we're only going to be able to get two, I think we can look at lining it up. So unfortunately, this asset has like a tree in the way and a post. So I think maybe this will be just like visitor parking, and what we can do is we can get like a fence. Let's go prop and tree anarchy on. Kind of fill in this little gap here. All right, and then we're gonna go back into move it here, and I'm actually just gonna put this back to what we had it before. All right, and then we have a bit of an opportunity for a mini park. So let's get a couple of these bigger trees. I think it's a bit too big. Get a cluster of trees. Yeah, that looks good. And then we'll just get, let's go with some smaller ones. Very cool. Alrighty, so now let's look at some more unique buildings to throw in. So we have some of these like really unique buildings, but I think some of these ones are pretty cool to add in. So I'm just gonna try to find some cheaper ones because I don't think we're gonna add the skyscrapers. These cheaper ones are pretty good options. So downtown hotel, 800, 75 entertainment value. That's pretty good for the price of 800, and it looks fantastic on a corner. So I think we can do, this is gonna be a bit more of a residential area. Maybe we can look at adding this downtown hotel somewhere like this. Very cool. All right, so we got the downtown hotel in. The resort hotel, I think we'll save. Local register office, we'll pass on. District office building. Yeah, this one could be interesting. It would be, oh, it fits perfectly right here. So what does this do? District administration office. Okay, wow. That was really helpful. Let's see. Almost fits perfectly in this corner, but I don't think this is like a corner unit type of office building, you know? So I think this is the type of office building that would be in the middle somewhere. I mean, we're already building over on this side. Let's see. How does that look? It's pretty good. Let's just use the Move It mod. I think I know I just said this wasn't a corner type of office building, but I think it kind of works in this situation. Let's look at how the zoning is over here. Let's get some more houses right here. I'm not sure if it's going to go on the street or not. I would rather it go on this part, but I think it'll be on the street here. All right, and then let's just kind of add in a little cluster of trees. All right, a couple of these. Help fill in the space a bit. And then we can come in with our paintbrush here and look to just finish off that space a bit. Oops. All right, very cool. Getting some life over here now. I think this will be a mini park. So why don't we look at doing that? Something like that, and then connect down. Like so. And then we'll just kind of decorate it with a couple trees. I've been really liking this cluster that we've been using today, so I think I'll stick with the cluster of trees right in here. And then let's get a couple more of these same type of trees in here, and then perhaps we go with this one in a line right down here. And then right here as well. Very cool. Just throw another one in. And then we'll get some of these little greebly things. I don't know what they are. Just to kind of fill the gap a bit. We got a little bit of a walking park. Very nice, very nice. Now let's look at maybe adding in some commercial in here. So I'm going to stick with low density right through here. And yeah, so we are definitely getting some traffic, which was totally to be expected. So it looks like a lot of people are trying to turn onto here to get into the train station. And I think lots of people are also coming over here and then crossing over into the tram. So I think we might have too many trams on here, so that's something to look at in the future. What the heck? All right, well, let's continue on with our little adding of unique buildings. The city office building could be a pretty cool little section here. So I'm thinking this is going to be a bit more of the business district. I think I'll actually save some more of these buildings, so there's a couple more for some other builds in the future, because I want to look at getting some other key features in here. The City Skyscraper is a really cool building. It's an impressive office building. I know it has a lot of capacity, so I think I'll save that one actually. I'm just going to run down the line pretty quickly, and we're going to look at filling in this spot. And I know that we talked about the academic library, but that's a bit too much for my liking at the moment. The statues could be pretty cool to add in here. This one fits perfectly right here. I think that's too good of an opportunity to pass up on. And we also have the birds and the bee haven. That's pretty cool. I think that's the type of park we're going to be able to have over here. And we have the Statue of Wealth. I think this one is going to go right here. And we're just going to readjust it so that it's centered. Yeah, very cool. All these people just sitting here looking at this. Okay, we're gonna use move it here. We're gonna grab this and we're gonna put it right in the middle here. Oh wow, an arch. Okay, anyways, let's continue on. So we added that in. The Lazarette Plaza is a pretty cool one too. But I think with these two statues, we'll be fine. I think the next one we're gonna want is on this side, and I think this would be a good option. The Disaster Memorial is pretty cool, but I think we'll save that for its own unique little park. So I think we'll go with Lazarette. Statue Shopping is a bit of a smaller one. The Disaster Memorial could be pretty cool too. But I think Lazarette Plaza works a bit better as its complementary piece. And that's kind of what we're going for here. So let's just try to make sure that it's lined up straight. All right, so now that we got that in, I think now we can add in. Now I don't mind people getting in this park for free. I'm looking at it for more for land value. So I'm gonna go into here. We're gonna throw in. Now what we could do is we could add like the small park main gate, like somewhere. But I think we'll make it a bit of more of like a walking area. Now the reason why I'm doing this is because I want people to be counted as visitors. I don't really care if they pay. So we're gonna go with this one here. I think we'll just put the main gate here. It doesn't really matter where. Do that, and we'll kind of do the same thing on this side. And then we'll get some side gates on both ends, like so. I think that's probably fine. We should probably look at getting one here too, I guess, right? All right, so I'm gonna use move it to readjust them. Or should I? It kind of looks cool. Let's get these hooked up first. So let's actually connect these two up. And then I'm going to use these two to just kind of make the center. So I'm actually gonna put these ones on a bit of a different angle. All right, hold Alt down, snap it in straight. It's pretty good. And now we will connect up. Okay, we'll do that. And I'm just gonna hold Alt down and just make sure that everything stays relatively straight. Yep. And then we will bring this and we'll put this down on a bit of an angle. I don't mind. Actually, what we could do is grab it with move it and just center it right here. So something's off. It must be this. Okay, I'm just gonna shiftify everything over here. I suppose we could straighten this out now, actually. Doesn't need to be perfect as long as it looks relatively like it's supposed to. Why does this one look like it's so much more off? All right, and then I'm just gonna move these ones over. And again, I don't really care if people are sneaking in and getting in for free. But let's kind of continue the pathways at least. All right, so we're going to turn these back on. Connect up like this. And then these ones we're going to just simply connect up like that, but we're gonna have to readjust the angle on these. And I'm also going to swing it over. So it's a bit centered. Nice. Perfect, okay, and then I'm gonna just preemptively do these ones because I know that we ended up deciding on fixing it at the end anyways last time. So do that, swing it over. And we're definitely gonna need some parking in here too. Alrighty, so let's get this in here. So these nodes are a bit close together. I'm just gonna try to get it so they're just not glitching. All right, so let's think about parking for a minute. Now that we got the main parking place here, let's go to our little assets here, go to parking. We've got these. We could probably get them to fit somewhere. I also have this parking lot, which could be a good one. We could get it kind of the back end of Queen's Park here. I'm thinking these ones might be, like right over here might be the best option. Let's do this so that we can still get a building right here. We'll just get, let's get some office. How about that? Right here. And we'll just see if that blocks off that kind of view of it being, like I would like the only access to be right here. You know? Oops. Let's get it down. All right, and then we could also just do the exact same thing on the other side. So why don't we do that, and it'll kind of help the look as well. So we can't really because of the way the asset sits, but we could probably get it over here and do the same thing. Perfect. I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna lower it into the ground here a bit so that, there we go. And then we can get a few offices here just to hide the ugliness that I'm making. Yeah, it looks a bit better. I'll have to do the same adjustment over here. All right, so now that we have that in place, let's look at adding in a couple more assets. So we got some cafes, which actually could finally be reasonable to add in here, in my opinion. So we'll get a cafe here and a cafe here. And Queen's Park info booth, or King's Park. I keep saying Queen's Park, that's because that's what it's modeled after. So we can just do that. And then let's get a couple of trees. And why don't we go with these little clusters that we've been loving today? perhaps these clusters don't work in this situation. There we go. Alrighty. And what I could do is I could take the paintbrush and I can just fill in this section right here with some concrete. And what this might do is make it look a bit more. I could even just do that and probably still looks fine, but I'll take it off right there. Yeah, very cool. Okay, so we got that in place, and then we can continue looking for stuff in our parks. You know, if we have like the zoo and the amusement park stuff, we could also add some things there. I don't think there's anything in the nature reserve kind of section that we could really throw in and make it look nice. The chest could be interesting to add in. I don't think this is a playground type of park, but I think those two things, like a few things alone, could be enough to kind of bolster the look. Oh, I don't think I have the mod working that allows me to put parks and plazas inside of here. But yeah, I don't think there's any more unique buildings that we can really fit in that are thematic. We could get the observation tower somewhere too. Uh-oh, we need water. Of course I forgot water at some point today. Okay, so that's just gonna stay like that for now. It's just so I remember that I need to put offices there to cover up the ugliness. All right, so we got that. I'm just gonna look to finish off this park with the park assets then. So I think I'm gonna go with the plazas over here. I think maybe just a single plaza here could be really nice. Then we look at combining it up with other things, and then I wonder if this fits here. It does. Okay, so we'll do this. Ah, so this tells me that we are a bit off. I believe we're off with this. So I will hold Alt down and shift it down. All right, and now that we have stuff over here, I think that's, I mean, the gazebos could also work over here as well. I like the green ones more. We'll throw some gazebos right here, and we'll throw the red one in the middle. All right, and then I think some rocks could be pretty cool. Ooh, wrong spot. Right in here. And then if we get a couple of these trees, maybe. Oh, wrong one. I think I'll single place them. Some cherry blossoms, I think maybe is what they are. Or what they're supposed to be. Alrighty, and then perhaps we can get, say, a bigger tree. Yeah, I don't think that type of tree would really work. Let's go with that, and then we'll add some of these things in the bottom to kind of help fill it out. All right, and then I think what we'll do is use some of these to kind of decorate it up a bit. I'll stick with this one. And then what we can do is add some more trees in here. So I'm always worried that if I turn Prop Tree Anarchy on and then I take it off at some point, it will just remove everything that I've placed. So I never really spend too much time looking into it. And then let's add some of these greely things over the rocks. All right, so we got tons of space left to do stuff with. So I'm thinking for right now, I'm just going to, oh, you know what could be nice? Some flowers over here. Let's go with a line. Yeah, that works. Place those down. Oh no, there's yellow ones. And I'm just gonna rotate them over manually. All right, so I'm gonna leave the rest for now. Maybe if we want to do some stuff later on with the park, we can. But I think it's pretty cool the way it looks, and I think we've done enough to mess up with the traffic, right? So next episode is a bit of a traffic fix. And I'm excited for that, and that was the idea. So I hope you liked today's episode, everyone, and I will catch you next time. It's a bit busy here, isn't it? Let's go this way. Yeah. Okay, have a good one. Peace out.